Hello, everyone. So happy to be here with you. I would love to share a Yin Yoga class with you today. We will be on the floor the entire time. We will hold postures for about 3 minutes, so it's nice long stretches, giving yourself the opportunity to completely relax, settle in, notice the softening of the muscles, a chance to notice the breath. And we will start out with a breath practice at the beginning. It's called box breathing. So we'll inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose as well. It's a slow count of inhaling for 5, pausing and holding for a count of 5, and then an exhale for a count of 5, and pause at the bottom of the exhale for a count of 5. Repeating that for a few rounds to begin. It's a nice support to simply calm ourselves down, letting the body know that innately we are okay and safe. I thought this would be a really nice practice, Yin, to offer out to you. And amidst all the different things that are happening in our lives, personally and collectively, how important it is to spend time with ourselves, with self-care, support the body, support the mind in every way possible. And by resting and relaxing deeply into the natural state of being, we're also tapping into our inherent power to know, the clarity, our own wisdom, and discernment. You can do these long holds for even a few minutes during your day, just taking pause, taking that time, and simply slowing down. A quote came to me this week that I was really enjoying and have been enjoying by Ram Dass. And it is, I'm reading it here from a distance, the quieter you become, the more you can hear. And this has been my direct experience through the practice of yoga and meditation, simply being quiet within, taking that time in neutral environments, whether out in nature or in an undistracted space, as a simple reset. It's the easiest thing that we can do for ourselves. So thank you for being here. Thank you for practicing with me today. And we'll go ahead and get started with our Yin practice. So come on down to your back. The knees will be bent here, feet hip-width distance apart. Actually a little bit wider. Knees come together, one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. Chin in slightly, and then lengthen your tailbone so that you're comfortable here. If you need to take something else, please do so. And begin to simply settle. See where you can soften and simply hang out here, letting yourself be just as you are, letting the mind do as it does. The eyes are open or closed. And awareness to the breath. We'll begin the breathing practice together. So to begin, let's simply take a big inhale to start. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Inhale through the nose once again. And exhale through the mouth. And one more time, big inhale. And exhale. And this time, inhale fully for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause at the top. And exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Allow the breath to come back to its natural rhythm. And moving on, extend the legs long. Take the arms overhead. Take the feet over to the left. Take your arms over to the left, the head over to the left, the hips over to the right slightly. The feet are flexed here, so we're in this crescent moon shape. You might even want to hold on to that right wrist with the left hand. We'll begin to settle and soften into this nice side body stretch. And perhaps closing the eyes. If you'd like to take that right foot and cross it over the left, this can be kind of nice as well. And see where you can soften into this stretch and relax the jaw. Allow yourself to simply be. And slowly inhale yourself back to center. Extend the legs long. Maybe take a nice stretch, pointing the toes, reaching through the fingertips. And we'll walk the feet over to the right, the arms over to the right, the head over to the right. You can even scooch the hips over to the left a little bit. If you'd like to cross the left foot over the right, that's nice. And hold on to the left wrist with the right hand. And begin to soften here, following the breath. And begin to deepen the breath. Inhale yourself back to center, arms overhead, stretch through the feet, through the toes. Maybe spread the fingers wide, flex and point, nice big stretch. And draw the knees into your chest, give yourself a nice hug. You can bring the head up to the knees, wrapping the arms around the shins. And we'll begin to rock and roll on the spine, maybe a couple of times, or simply roll to your side. Next will be child's pose. So no props needed today. The knees can be nice and wide, big toes together. Sort of lengthening first through the spine and then taking yourself on down. You can also put a pillow or a towel in between the knees if you'd like. Arms can be out in front, forehead down. To soften the child's pose, you could have the arms at gold post. So see what works well for you. Inhale, slowly bring yourself up to all fours. Hands are planted right underneath the shoulders here. And we'll tuck the toes and press back to a brief downward facing dog. So lifting the hips up to the sky, stretch out for a moment. And we'll take a sleeping swan or pigeon, right knee to the right wrist, walking the left leg back. This is an upright sleeping swan or pigeon here, lengthening and then beginning to fold forward into our full posture. And we're resting here, so we're getting into the hips. If this is not working for you, an alternative could be figure 4 on the floor. Cross the right ankle over the left. You can push the hand into the knee or hand to the back of the thigh and use your right elbow to work into the hip here. Exploring, maybe extending the leg, maybe the foot stays on the floor. So your variation, I will take the pigeon variation and enjoy this stretch. So following your breath once again. And so when we take this time for resting and stretching and simply being with ourselves, we do this again and again as a practice. That natural sense of ease comes to the fore more and more in our daily life. And so through practice, we're confirming this relaxation and natural settled state of being that is already inherent and a part of us. Actually, the natural state is us. So it's by taking this time, we slow down into this beautiful state of ease that's already engineered in. Let's see where you can soften into your hips. And perhaps readjusting if you need to. It should be a comfortable stretch, whether you're on the back in the figure 4 or in this sleeping swan or pigeon posture. The beautiful thing about yin is we find our sweet spot, wiggling around at first and then finding where we can stay and tap into the quiet, tapping into just a place of comfortability. And we'll move on to the other side. So planting your hands, and we'll step back to that downward facing dog for a moment. Just to stretch out, maybe walking the dog, bending one knee and then the other. And then left wrist or left knee to the left wrist. Or take the figure 4 on the other side. So setting yourself up here at first and creating some length before you begin to come down. Maybe you need to stay upright. Totally fine. or the modification. And we'll be here for a few minutes. I'll find the sweet spot on this side. If the mind is doing its meandering, let it do that. It does as it does. And within all that we feel and that we sense and that we think, we have the opportunity to relax deeply within it all. Lots of dynamic energy in the mind and the body, personally and also collectively. Now, as we continue to rest and settle, we confirm this stability within so that we can function most optimally with mental and emotional stability. A few deep breaths here. We'll plant the hands, tuck the back toe. If you're in that full variation, press back to downward facing dog for just a moment. Breathe in and exhale through the mouth. We'll come back to a comfortable seated position together. We'll end with a breathing practice. And feel free to take a Shavasana after this as well if you'd like to. And for the purpose of just a couple more moments of breath together, sitting in a comfortable seat, however that is for you. You can have a soft gaze looking down and forward, 4 feet in front of you. Palms can face up, or the left palm on the bottom, right on top. Well, sitting up nice and tall, empty out all the old air. Inhale for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. On your own, 3 more rounds of breath like that, inhaling for 4 and exhaling for 4. Let the natural rhythm of your breath come back to however it is for you, letting that breath practice go. We'll take just a moment of seated meditation together, just honoring our body, our mind, our experience just as it is. The gaze is soft in front of you, or eyes can be closed. The quieter you become, the more you can hear. This is from Ram Dass, which I love that. I invite you to bring the hands to heart center. So this symbolizes a coming together into the wholeness, into the completeness of who you are.